Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better as We Are podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with Mike.
What is going on?
Chilling, chilling, Merc. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We had a good movie this week, so a little positive with that.
Yeah, that feels good to talk about. Um, I know you said there's a new Pokemon game out.
Yep, it comes out today actually.
That's pretty. Sounds like that should be good news for people who like Pokemon.
Yep.
Um, we both watched the Netflix animated He-Man
Yes.
show. Both was it both seasons? Well,
Yeah.
the way they break it
Revelations.
up,
Yeah.
the way they break it
Revelations.
up has been almost like seasons, but not really, right? It's
Yeah.
just okay, okay. So that's been great. And now Netflix announced, I believe that was like 2 days ago, the 28th, that they're gonna have a Netflix branded He-Man movie that's live action.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that, man?
As long as it's done good, I'm all for it. Like I don't care if they make new movies and stuff. It's more about the quality of the movie and what they take with it. But
Mhm.
yeah, Kyle Allen to star in it.
Yeah, it says he was in West Side Story
I,
and All My Life. I have not seen the versions of the movies
yeah, I
because
haven't
I
seen.
know he was. I know he's not that old. He was in the original West Side Story,
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
has to be a newer
yeah.
adaptation.
They
I
did
have
a
not seen
brand new
that.
one recently. I
I have
have
not
not
seen
watched it, so I can't really tell you anything about it.
it.
But
Okay.
yeah, he looks alright. He kind of has the blonde, like Prince Adam. I think he's gonna be more Prince Adam, and I think they're gonna like probably CGI shit too for He Man wise. But
Why? Just get John Cena. Come on.
sure, just got John Cena. But yeah, yeah. It could be interesting. I'll be interested to see what they do with it. Massive Universe live action motion picture. Um, yeah, I'm all for it. See where it goes.
Yes, sir. I mean, after the last He-Man branded series I watched, it left me with a positive impression,
Yeah.
right? So I can't help but
It
say, go
you,
ahead,
you know
make
what's
more.
crazy? It left us a positive impression, but if you go for like the He-Man lore people that fucking still collect the masters, a lot of them did not like the series.
Let me tell you something about people who collect He-Man He-Man and who go into the He-Man lore. Listen, you got issues. You latched on to one of the most egregious, this is literally made to sell toys type of branding that you there has ever been.
100%.
I know you guys deep down do not feel good about yourselves because lore, lore and He-Man. Excuse me?
Yeah.
You think they gave a shit about lore back in the 80s when
They
they was
didn't have
making
no
He-Man?
lore whatsoever. You didn't get a storyline on animated series until the Cartoon Network one.
But I, but I'm just saying, if you talking about OG He-Man, you
Yeah.
can't change this, you can't change
Yeah.
that. You tell me what the hell even really existed back in the 80s, where it came from. That's what I'm trying to find out. Now, these aren't people like who are reading a comic series or something, right? They're talking about straight up the cartoon.
Yeah. Cartoon,
Wow, Merc,
toy line.
Merc, that's a different breed of
Yeah.
person. I can understand if you were saying, "Yo, these people were mad, like they read the IDW or some comic book, and they were like, okay, that's the mainline He-Man, and they made a full story. They flushed it out. Yo, this is dope. Skeletor did this.
Yeah.
You telling me there's grown ass people mad about the old ass 80s? Ah.
Yep. Just like that.
Yeah, okay. No more. We're gonna waste no more time on this.
Yeah.
They deserve no more of my time.
But
Let's
you know
next.
what? It goes in general. It goes into anything nostalgic wise. Like if it's something that was like again, I'm going to the old Ninja cartoons. They're not good. I'll tell you. I'll be the first one to say they're not good. There's some good things off of it, but like overall, the seasons are not that great. So if you live off of the original '80s cartoon and did not like the newer ones, then I question your question
It's
what you
yeah.
like because the newer ones have better stories than the old one.
That's what I figured.
And that's the same thing with Masters of the Universe. Like, I honestly cannot tell you the storyline of the original Masters of the Universe. All I know is like that Prince Adam becomes He-Man and made power of Graceful and shit. I cannot tell you anything beyond that storyline.
You know what I figure that this is, and it's sad to say it because he's not a bad person,
Yeah.
but Kevin Smith has a army of haters who follow him everywhere.
I feel that, and then also you have a lot of bigots, a lot of people that don't like anything that has to do with not like like gay interactions or things like that, or making a female lead, more of a lead character in the beginning of the show when they thought they were going to get He-Man, and the girl kind of was the main focus in the beginning of the show and things like that. People are like
really?
that. I don't know why, but people are like that.
Damn.
I'm like,
Damn.
Yeah.
They had to have been hella pissed when when the sorcerers got buffed. They must have been so upset.
Yo, you
like,
remember how people were bitching about Last of Us 2 and about the
about
other character? It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, listen. Wait, hold on. This is two different things. Because
Yeah.
that lady did some bad stuff. I'm just saying.
No, it
She
had
did some
nothing
bad
to do-
stuff.
it had
She
nothing
did
to
bad
do
stuff
with-
to a fan favorite. Come on,
It had
man.
nothing to do with what she did to the fan favorite. That's the problem.
okay.
There was
All
no,
right,
had
all
no.
right, all right.
You know what? If anything, if you want to go on that storyline, she let her live twice. She let her ass live twice, and then she still tried to come at her and try to kill her, and then she let her live a third time. She gave her time. They got mad at her because she was not sexually attractive. She was fucking buff.
That's a
Some
shame.
people find
That's
that
a shame.
attractive. I thought she didn't look
That's a
bad.
shame.
But people were like,
That's a
"Oh,
shame.
she looks too much like a man. Oh, she has man hands." Blah 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 blah. And it's like, no, like listen to the fucking story. If you actually understood why she got brolic like that, it'd make a whole lot much more sense.
I mean, not for nothing, Mark. In a post-apocalyptic world like that, I think there'd be a lot more brolic people around just
You
because
think.
those are the ones that tend to survive.
Yeah,
Like in the real world. I don't mean in the
Yeah.
fantasy world. I mean,
No.
you can't just be lazy and it's every man for himself.
Yeah.
You're going to get got.
it's because something dramatic happened to her, and then she was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna be weak anymore," and then she started really like making sure she was not weak.
Exactly.
But the same thing with if people just
So I get it.
yeah, people are like
It's,
that.
it's sad.
And there
It's
was a
sad.
lot of people were complaining about that Kevin Smith show because like He-Man was barely in the beginning. Like he was not in it. Oh, it's Master of the Universe. So where's He-Man? I was like, yeah, it's Master of the Universe. It's not the He-Man show. It's they building a story. Let them tell the story.
Yeah. Oh damn! They trying to burn something down in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Scott Steiner, please don't do it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Like what people complain about.
I mean, it is mostly just people stuck in the comfort zone of nostalgia, and then their own prejudices coming out when you threaten that one thing that they like. Then you start to hear them talk, and you hear like, "Oh, what do you mean? Whoa, what you mean they all gotta die? What you mean burn them at the stake? Whoa, where this come from?" So yeah, that does. If you mess with people's nostalgia, you see what type of person they really are.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, like, to the defense of Smith and his crew that were working on Master, because again, these are people that he's working with. It's not just him, because again, like I said, he's got people that follow him around, follow his projects, and they see his name attached to it, and they go, I hate this guy. I gotta find him. I gotta shout from the highest mountaintop that he sucks. But there's a whole crew of talented people working to make something good.
Yeah.
It's not just him. That's number one. But number two, have you ever just sat and just like tried to piece together what was going on in the old He-Man show?
Yeah.
It was like, it's the most simplistic stuff. So that right there is just showing a lack of evolution, bro. Like, come on, man. You can't have this simple ass storytelling forever.
Yeah.
On every project. I mean, not everything has to be dramatic. Oh, this super dramatic, because they go far. They go far. I get that. But like, you can't just have it the same way with the He-Man running on the screen funny, because that's the only part they can animate in 60 frames, so it looks hilarious. You can't just have Skeletor just and be an asshole and never get his comeuppance, and then you'd have his flavorless army of numbskulls because they don't ever evolve because they're always just stupid failures. And it's like, in a more realistic take, Skeletor would have murdered you because you suck.
Yeah.
I can't keep depending on you if you keep failing every time. So again, it's just people gotta wake up. Like you can't just have these 80s and 90s shows just the same way that they were, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like the cartoons nowadays. Again, I think we talked about this the last episode. Like the storylines back then were more to sell toys and just to get you to buy their products. As in now, they actually have to have a story because if not, they get in trouble and they cannot air. Because
it's not even that. If they don't get enough views because they suck, they're off the service.
Yep.
That's basically it. Oh well, we gave your show a chance. Guess what? It sucked. It's gone. You know what show that we both know and we like it a lot.
Yeah.
And it proved that you can do this and people like it. That's why it lasted 9 seasons? It's freaking Voltron.
Yeah.
Voltron was one of the most shallow animes ever.
Yeah.
It wasn't deep.
Nah, and they made it deep.
Like even by like the 70s, early 80s standards.
Yeah.
Anime is not like American cartoons. Anime goes always, well, not always, but it is known for going hard in the story part. When there's times that stuff that you've seen way back in the 80s and early 90s from Japan, and you look at it and you go, wow, this is over my head. I can't believe this came out at this time. And that's what they were known for. Man, Voltron, it was not that. That show was not that back then. It just wasn't. And so they took that show, much like He-Man, that people have so much nostalgia for.
Yeah.
And mind you, the American version of Voltron is worse. It sucks.
Oh, it's really bad.
As a show, like sit down and watch American Voltron.
I did. I actually went through all the seasons. It was really bad.
It's really bad, and the voice acting is terrible in some spots. So it's harder to sit through it. And it's like these people took their time and they made this thing and they put some effort into it. It's like you should be happy that some of your nostalgic things have people even caring enough to put more effort in, to continue it. Because otherwise, they would have just been dead.
Yep.
So again, it's not like they're going out of their way and trying to pander. I understand there's a difference between trying to put the rainbow flag on everything and pretend you're not a corporation for a day. I know about you. I know about y'all. Y'all be doing that, pretend nobody don't see it. There's a difference. This is not them trying to slap a flag on things and trying to be like, hey guys, we're inclusive. No, they care.
Yeah.
They care enough to make a quality product. Like even if it's not what you want, you be like, well, bro, you made a quality product. So I can't.
Yeah, it's a crazy fan. Like it always goes into the whole fandom of like why you hate the thing you love so much.
Yeah,
you get that with wrestling. You get that with Star Wars. You get that with
video games. You get that with pop culture. You get that with anything that has a fan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's the difference between being critical and actually like really looking at it for what it is and then giving your critique than just blasting, hating it just because it's not what you remember.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
Basically. You mean they're not 2/5 of a person? Wait a second. You can vote?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Exactly. And honestly, Master Universe Revelations was fantastic. I actually really enjoyed it. You actually really enjoyed it.
Yep.
I'll say everyone to watch it. Them making a Netflix series, a live action movie. I'm interested. I hope they get the budget it needs because I've seen some bad ones. So
ask Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, we had the Dolph Lundgren one, and then well, it is like maybe almost 30 years later, so we probably could get a decent one. I wonder what they're gonna go with it. I'm very curious on what they're gonna go with it. I'm scared. So this is my thing that I have a feeling that it might go into. I have a feeling it's gonna go into that newer series and not the old Masters.
No, what you mean? Not the old.
So the
Masters.
new
It's gonna.
series is kind of like a Power Rangers ish. It's like Power Ranger ish, and it's more futuristic.
Oh, I have not seen that.
That's the
it's
one
a
with the
book.
big ass He-Man and stuff like that. It's a cartoon on Netflix.
Oh, do you mean there's they
This,
at the same time?
yes,
There's two shows.
yes, there's two.
Understood.
And it's actually not bad. I watched a few of the episodes. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I was
Hmm.
curious. So I watched a few of the episodes. I liked it. I saw where it was aiming for. I could see the movie being based on that one more than the actual Masters of the Universe.
Really?
If it's especially if it's aimed for kids. If it's aimed for like,
okay, yeah. If it's a kid friend, okay,
and it makes
I got you.
sense because it will go more into the technology of having it, and it makes more sense for him to be as small as he is, and him becoming He-Man. It will actually make more sense of it
All right,
because he's just becoming a Hulkling.
to give them credit. What is it? GameSpot put up who's directing it. So they said the film is expected to begin production in summer 2022 and will be directed by the Nee brothers, no K, N-E.
I have no
They
clue.
they directed The Lost City and Band of Robbers. I don't know.
I have not watched it.
And with the script by the Nees and David Callahan, and that is he's involved with Shang-Chi, and that's what they have for him. So,
all right, no, we'll wait and see. I'll give it a chance anyway. So,
yeah,
I definitely will give it a chance.
It's Netflix. It's like you have the service. Why not at least look at it for a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. For a little bit, I can always shut it off if I don't like it.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. So
exactly, like honestly, me if I'm not interested in something and it doesn't catch my attention, I'll just say it's not for me and I'll move on from it.
Yeah, I feel like I still need to watch Cowboy Bebop to understand.
Me too.
The hate and the hype, and then the why it died.
So I need
to get that.
I got to like the third episode. It's just that there was so much other shit that came out, so it kind of got lost in the trenches. Because you also got Peacemaker out, Book of Boba Fett's out, and I will have to watch wrestling of many hours of wrestling. I'm watching Turtles season 8. I'm watching Star Wars. I'm watching the Book of Boba Fett. We're waiting until it finishes, and we might do a cast on that. And then I'm watching what else are we watching? Mystic Force.
Super Sentai.
That's how Mystic Force. So like I have a vast of things to watch. So usually when I have the free time, I'll go back and go to the list that I have of shows to watch, and I'll pick one, and I'll try to catch up. When I had COVID, I caught up with a bunch of shit because I just like stood home and fucking sat on my chair and watched it. So. But Cowboy Bebop was one because I actually like the actors that are in it too, so I was interested in it. So a lot of people didn't like the Death Note movie, the Netflix Death Note movie. I had issues with it, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Were you a fan of the show before that?
I liked the anime.
Okay.
I didn't care. Like I liked the anime till they killed L, and once they killed L, there was no point of it. I didn't care for the show anymore.
Okay. Gotcha.
The crazy detective. They kill him off eventually, and then once they kill him off, it's two different people, and then I didn't care anymore after that.
Okay.
So like there was a part in the animated series that I did not care. The movie, I saw where they were going with it, and they were trying their best to capture everything in such a short time. I saw where the people didn't like, and I actually understand it. But did I think the movie was like terrible? No, it did. They did tell the story and it kept up with it. It wasn't the greatest story. I'm not gonna say that, but it was okay. Like again, our list of superhero comic movies, we have watched bad movies, so it wasn't in the levels of those bad movies.
You see, this is one of the reasons I don't complain about a lot of things.
Yeah,
because I've been in positions, like.
You've seen worse.
When I say like in it, what I'm just mean in life and in being privileged to be able to watch media, right, where I can sit here and watch it and then critique it, because I understand some people ain't got the luxury, right? Times is hard, but also the shit you put your eyeballs to watching sometimes is terrible.
Yeah.
And we had to watch it for this podcast. It is like, God damn it! What am I doing? Or what are these people doing? Who thought this was a good idea? That's usually what at the end of one of the worst movies. Sometimes I still ask myself, how did I think Spawn was so good? I find myself asking that question now.
Yeah.
Like for years, Mark, I would defend that movie.
Yeah.
Whenever I used to see people online give it shit, I would go, man, they just hating.
Now you understand.
I watched it in 2022. Right? We watched it this year, or was that last year? It was this year.
No, we watched it. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it was 2 weeks ago. Mark, I still find myself questioning how I ever just said that movie was good. I do not like Spawn. Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, Spawn was Spawn. And it's crazy going into that because a lot of people will vouch for that movie. Like, oh, I remember that movie being good. Like, have you watched it recently? Have you really watched it? Like, take the character out of mind of what Spawn is and stuff like that, and just watch the movie as a movie. And it's a bad movie. It's a bad casting. The fact that you got this guy that is known for martial arts and you restrict him of not doing the martial art.
Mm-hmm.
Which it still boggles my mind because then I see Blade and I'm like, yo. But then again, in Blade, Wesley Snipes had a lot of say in this movie.
If that's the case, I could definitely see it. But then again, Wesley Snipes is Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
he by that time earned it. So yeah,
he has that vet status.
And that's the and you saying that but you saying that kind of puts into perspective the real difference between him and Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
At that point, that was Michael Jai White's first like starring role, right?
Yeah, like movie theater wise.
Like I'm just saying, as an actor, I don't think he had any other series where he was a star.
Yeah.
And that being his first one, they're not gonna let some nobody come in here and just tell him, let me do this kick here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the hell are you? You should be happy to be here. So I get it. I get it. But it ain't good.
Yeah.
I don't want to segue right into Blade. So if you have anything else that you picked up this week or came in this week.
Well, I did not get none this week. I'm actually good. Well, I got charged for something, so it should be coming in next week, which is the Leonardo Donatello Power Ranger figures.
Okay. And how old were they? Like, how long ago were they announced?
Last year.
Okay. Gotcha.
They're kind of early though. They sent them early. So,
I have seen the covers for the comic.
Yeah.
Are these directly like for that? Okay.
Yes. I'm excited for the Shredder Green Ranger more than anything.
Oh yeah. That's just a cool picture in general.
But I saw some of.
Oh wait, so he's not in a set or anything. He's by himself.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So the sets are Leonardo Donatello. They're the blue and black Ranger. Mm-hmm. Mikey and April, which is the yellow and pink Ranger. Okay. And it's Raph and Tommy. Raph is the Red Ranger. Tommy's the Foot Soldier.
Wow. That's cool.
And then Shredder is the Green Ranger.
No Casey Jones in this series?
No. Well, he is, but not. He doesn't get a power.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those are coming in. I think that one, and I think the pink and yellow is coming in the following week. So, those are starting to come in. I had to cancel some of the Power Ranger figures because they were coming out too fast, and I'm trying to save money. And so I canceled the Pudgy Pig lunchbox one because honestly I didn't really care enough to get it, and then also I'd rather just get the regular one just because it goes with the boxes I have already.
Okay.
It's not a special looking box. I like the boxes all to be kind of connected because they're all the white with the Ranger helmet and shit. Because even the black ones they came out with, I didn't want them. Tommy had them in hand, and I did like nah, because they don't go with my set.
Okay.
So I want them all in the white boxes and shit.
All right.
Pokemon comes out today. I've been looking. I'm actually watching gameplay while recasting. It looks okay. It looks like Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon Snap
And this is what?
with
It's
battles.
Pokemon Legends Arceus? Arceus?
Arceus.
Yeah.
Arceus or Arceus? Arceus. I don't fucking know how to say it. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
heard someone say it right,
Do
so
they
I'm
have?
not sure.
I was about to ask you, Mark. Does this game have voice acting?
Um, Again, I can't really tell you because I'm watching it on mute.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you.
So I do not know. I heard it does. But I don't, I'm not. I can't really tell you that much. But I know it's supposed to be a prequel. It's supposed to be like years and years before Ash Ketchum. And
Is it his father? Are they finally gonna answer the question? Who's
his
Ash's dad?
Mr. Mime.
No, no, no. It can't be. It can't be.
And
I mean, maybe in that world it could be.
I don't know. Pokemon's a weird. If you really look at Pokemon as a concept, it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's
It's
people
just street
making
legal.
their pets fight.
It's street legal animal fighting.
Yeah, it's literally people making their pets fight. This
Yeah.
is what it is.
It's a shame, damn shame. Where's PETA?
They don't exist. They burnt them down.
the fire ones burned them down.
Somebody took a Charizard and was
Yeah.
like, "Shut up."
I was watching, I think it was G4, and I was watching Attack of the Shell, and they were going on rants about what Pokemon is, and it just had me rolling. Xavier
Gotcha.
Woods, I think, was talking about it. He was talking about the doctor and how he just gives this live animal with weapons to a kid
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that. This made me laugh. So, yeah. Shouts out to G4 TV because I actually find them actually quite funny.
Yes, sir.
Xavier
Do you know
Woods
what
is
time
there.
they start?
They usually on. I think
Like the one with Woods in them.
so.
Like the big
Woods is
stuff.
usually on random shows. He's not like a stand-in for a show permanently. He usually comes in when he comes in. He's usually on a lot of them, but it's just like he comes in when he comes in and gets WWE schedule. Like sometimes he can't make it. But X-Play I think shows on Mondays and I think Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. They have new episodes, and sometimes Xavier's on there as well. And then you have Attack of the Show, which is I think Tuesday and Thursdays, and then I think Xavier's usually on there as well.
Okay, cool.
And he's good with the comedy stuff. Like it makes me laugh, and I like him in those roles.
Good. I'm glad.
Yes.
Didn't he have no. There was a reunion of the party.
Yes, he did. I think they're doing it for a G4.
But like, what was the one they did last week? The
Yeah.
duet
Yeah.
with him and Adam Cole.
I think it's gonna be on G4. I think they're filming clips for G4, and I don't think it's gonna be on Up Down Down.
Got you.
Because I think Xavier, as this moment it is there's still issues with Up Down Down. Because they want Xavier to have a bigger cut of Up Down Down.
As he
which
should.
which is only right.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the one that's busting his ass making the content and shit like that. So, yeah, there's issues with that. That's beyond there. Hopefully they fix it because I miss seeing Up Down Down doing things. Xavier kind of does things on his own, and he's actually been doing on Facebook Live. He also been on YouTube Live. So check out him when he does stream.
Yes, sir.
He also had an interview with Kenny Omega recently.
Okay.
They do like a yearly. I think I sent you it. They do a yearly thing that they just talk to each other and they do their top. They do it with Giant Bomb.
Oh yeah, their game of the year
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Oh, so he asked him.
So they do it yearly that they both give their top 10s and they compare their top 10s.
Oh, they
And-
compare. Oh,
And
okay.
Xavier and Omega have to say something nice about each other.
Really? Okay.
So it was actually funny, and Cole kind of got stuck in the middle because he's in
you know-
AEW now.
You know who's also in there is Evil Uno.
Yeah.
He's a friend of Giant Bomb now
Cool.
as well. He's pretty funny.
But yeah, check that out when you get a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, find it.
Okay.
They also doing like old game reviews because G4 hasn't been on TV for like 10 years, so they're going back.
Yeah,
to
I
some
see.
games.
I
Those
see
are
that. They
pretty
show up
fun
on
sometimes.
YouTube. Yeah.
They gave Fortnite a 5, which I don't believe them.
What's that? What is their scale? It's not 10. It's
It's 1 out
5.
of 5,
Is that
yeah.
high? Okay. I have
I
to
don't
watch
trust
this.
that
I mean,
format.
I don't blame them. You could just pick your favorite mascot
Yeah.
and just stand around looking stupid and dance. You don't have to do
The intros
anything.
are coming.
I thought they were already there.
They haven't debuted them yet. They just announced them.
Okay. Well, that was a while ago. Hurry up.
And then, they just showed them recently.
Well, yeah, but then okay. Remember, Merc? They showed them, and then they showed Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man was out like the next day.
Yeah, that's true. And I think Peacemaker's getting one.
Well, he should have been at one. You mean to tell me there's no John Cena in Fortnite?
No. You'd
Like,
think WWE would have had
Yeah,
a thing yet recently.
I'm just saying.
I would like to see my fucking the tribal chief,
The tribal chief. Give me the tribal chief.
Oscar.
Give me the Rock. Give me
New Day.
give me Asuka. Give me Becky. Give me Sasha. Right?
The New Day.
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like the New Day need to have their own game.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. The New Day need to have their own damn universe.
Their own game universe.
Yeah. Well, what would be great if the New Day had a game where they went to everybody else's universe. So it's just them in the Gears of War universe, them in the Halo universe. Then they jump over to some Sony property. It's them in Horizon. Big E's like, why is it so damn cold?
Yeah.
And then because it's the Frozen Wilds one, and then they go to like, well, they don't have a game out yet. I'm about to say they go. So how they end up in the AEW wrestling game? I don't know. They just showed up.
Yeah.
But that'd be a great concept.
Yeah.
Woods, contact me. I got ideas, man, about you guys traveling through different. You could be the new Captain N. No, not that N word, please. No, not that. I'm sorry. That's not what it sounds like.
Yeah, that is true. New Captain N, the Game Master.
I'm just saying, like, you think about that. If it's the New Day as the new Captain N squad,
Big
like you have Woods. Woods could be Captain N. You could have Kofi. I don't know what character you want.
Bigger, you would be Mega Man.
No, how dare you? I don't want Biggie. Biggie could be Simon Belmont because he was the big guy.
Nah, you're wrong. The Kofi's Mega Man.
What?
Or Kid Icarus.
Why Kofi got? Why does anybody have to be Mega?
Someone gotta be Mega Man.
No, you know what? He's just there.
He's
just there. It's just that Mega Man, that verse. I love that. That green Mega Man. That sounds like he smokes packs of cigarettes every day. That's his power pellets, cigarettes.
Yeah, he had a depressing time.
Did you ever? Okay, Mark. Did you ever watch the Captain N show?
I watched it.
Did you ever complete it? Like my friend.
I think I have watched for the most part. I think I have watched it. I did have a DVD that had all the episodes.
Yeah, a friend of mine, like, I want to say before COVID. So it was like I think it was like 2019 when he actually got it.
Yeah,
was like he got all the complete seasons of Captain N. I think it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
it's boring.
It's really boring. The Tetris Town one, I think was an episode I remember. But there's not a lot I remember from that series. I just remember them just having video games.
I remember more the character. I remember more of how they made them as characters, and their personalities than the adventures they went on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, like, I remember that Simon Belmont was a smug asshole.
Yeah,
he was vain and very smug. I know that Mega Man. He was a good fellow, but he sounded like he was choking on gravel.
Smoked a lot
because they had him. Who made that his again, Mark? Who thought that was a good idea?
Well, I guess the fact that he's a robotic man and he's small, they thought he gotta talk like this.
They didn't even give him any after effects on his voice.
No.
That sucked.
They didn't have that.
And then Mother Brain sounded like Audrey.
Yeah.
Was it Audrey or Aubrey? It's Audrey, like Audrey 3 or something like that. I forgot what they call it. From Little Shop of Horrors.
Uh-huh.
She was a caricature of Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah. Then they had the Eggplant King with the big lips.
Mm-hmm.
and he was purple. So you know they meant he was black.
Yeah.
Because that's how the Japanese draws black people with the big lips. There's so much going on in that show, dude. And King Hippo was there. King Hippo was a character. Oh my goodness. And the Game Boy, it was an actual thing. It was like a magic carpet they wrote on.
Yeah, and like the gun, the zapper was at his weapon
on his belt. Can I tell you a story about how I destroyed my zapper, Merc?
Yes, I think you have. You cut the wire, right?
Yes, I did. Because of Captain Id. Yes, yes,
Captain
I did.
Owns you a gun.
Yes, yeah. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I feel like he does.
But anyway, listen. Can I just say that I thought the zapper was trash.
Yeah.
So you know what? I sure I could have made hundreds of dollars if I kept it and sold it.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe even thousands because it's an NES and it was the orange one. So I don't know, but like, it still sucked. Anyway, did you know, Merc? This is unfortunate news. More bad news because of COVID. That Sega is getting out of the arcade officially now, getting out of the arcade business.
Boo.
And going into strictly the hardware.
Yeah.
So they are selling the classic iconic building that is in all the Yakuza games.
Oh damn.
So it will no longer be owned by Sega. I think they are going to take the name off of it.
Yeah.
The company they're selling it to is called Ginda Gigo. So Gigo. They're like another, I guess, entertainment based company. Yeah. They're really like when you so other people dug into this because there's an article from Kotaku that seemed super clickbaity that was saying they were like, oh no, Sega's selling out all this stuff, and they were like, they made it a little more clear that they're selling it to somebody who's interested in keeping it around. They're just not gonna have they're just losing the brand name because they don't want the money.
Okay.
It's too hard during the pandemic. So I understand.
No, I understand
right?
That.
So that's why they're selling it, but they're not trashing it. They're not, saying, "Oh, okay, this is the end of this. We want it all to go. We're going to tear it down and no more video games. No more arcades at all." It's just that unfortunately, it's not going to be Sega. That's the majority that owns them. So there you go.
Sad day.
They said they have the number too. Yeah. Sega Sammy is selling 85% of its arcade and amusement center business.
Okay.
To Ginda Inc. So, I mean, that's sad news. I still have never been to the iconic arcade.
Yeah.
But the building will still be there. The arcade, the machines will still be there. So
that's good, at least.
One day, I got my passport. One day.
Go.
But it is sad because it's Sega.
Yeah.
So. They will be selling like mini replicas though.
Okay.
I think at the place, but like online you could buy the miniature arcade machines and stuff. So
cool.
I might just buy one.
There you go.
I think some of them. I think there's a version of those mini arcade machines that does actually play some of the games.
Okay.
Which is like, why? But then again, we have the technology.
Yeah.
So why not?
I've seen some that actually play some things because people use it for toy displays and shit.
Okay. I think SNK's works. You've seen the tiny Neo Geo arcade machines? Yeah. I believe those do actually function. And I think one of them is like Samurai Showdown, and I think another one is something else. Yeah. So, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
I mean, I might pick one of those up. If they're not obscenely expensive, I might buy like a little Sega arcade machine. So, yep.
Wanna get into this movie?
Yes, sir. So this week, we got a good one, y'all. This week, our comic book and what is it?
Comic book superhero movie for 2 decades.
Live action superhero movies.
Yep.
For 2 decades. From 1978 to 2000.
Yep.
We are at 1998 with Blade, rated R. Let me throw this up so I can get the release dates. It released in the U.S. August 19th, 98. Oh wow, the premiere was here in New York City. All right.
Yep.
Um, and it is rated R. It is a hell of a rated R movie.
Yes.
So rated R. So much violence, so much cursing.
We like the cursing.
So it's very good. It's very great. It is directed by Stephen Norrington.
Yeah.
Does not sound familiar on the
He
top of my head.
he directed The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in 2003.
Really?
And
I like that.
He also directed Return to Oz, which is a 1985 movie. Most of the stuff he has done before this or was special effects. and
I
things
see.
like that.
He has
did
Alien.
hardware. The special effects for hardware.
He did hardware.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, there's a connection. Okay.
Yeah. And then the writer Dave Goyer, he is known through writing the Batman Begins trilogy.
Really? Okay.
He
Cool
wrote
stuff.
The Dark Knight. He wrote Batman Begins. He wrote Dark City. He wrote a lot of good stuff. So he wrote the Batman vs Superman movie, which that's not a good thing. He wrote Man of Steel. He wrote Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. He wrote a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So he has credit for a lot of things. He even wrote the Blade the TV series
I did not see the Blade
and the
TV.
other two Blades.
Did you see Blade TV series?
Nope. All I know is Sticky Fingers was Blade, and I had no interest.
You just reminded me that Sticky Fingers was Blade,
Yep.
and now I have a renewed interest. I might have to find it. I might have to find this.
But yeah, he wrote a bunch of things, and he's also credited to writing the Dark Knight and Batman Begins series.
So this was okay. Well, as in timeline wise, was this like that the biggest thing that he did at the time? Like going up
Dark City.
Dark City.
Dark City
Oh,
was his his start, and then
Bruh, you know what he wrote before he write credit the same year? Man, he's got some stink on him.
yeah.
Did you see what was it also in 1998 under his credits?
Looking at it now.
Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV movie.
God.
It's written by David Goyer. There you go.
God. We also didn't get that on our list, so thank God it didn't make the list.
Oh boy, I remember that.
Oh man,
I watched that.
so he got
That
some
is
stink
not
on him
great.
too. There you go.
And he wrote Blade Trinity. Yeah, there's some steak on him.
Yeah, he wrote all three Blades.
And he wrote Man of Steel. You know how you feel about that, Martha.
Yeah. So our actors, we got Rusty Snipes as Blade, Stephen Dorff as Deacon Frost, Chris Christopherson as Whistler. We have Nebush Wright, Karen, Donald Logan as Quinn. I don't trust this guy in most shows he's in. He's always a scumbag. So if he's in a show, I look at him and I'm like, I don't trust you.
Okay. Who's that? The guy?
Donald Logue. He was in Grounded for Life as the dad, but he always plays a messed up character in a lot of like FX shows. Like,
yeah.
he was in Vikings. He was a king that tried to betray them, and he ended up dying. In Sons of Anarchy, he was a FBI agent that tried to betray them and ended up dying. He was in SVU, that was the crooked cop that ended up dying. So yeah, you don't trust him. Don't trust him. If he's in the series, don't trust him. Udo Kier as the Dragonite.
He is a link to other movies we've watched.
Yeah, he has.
He was the bar maid. He was Pamela Anderson's second in command at her bar.
Yes, he was.
Barbed Wire. So I remember him.
Yes,
Vividly.
he was. Any other ones there? Tracy Lords. She's in the beginning of the movie.
Very beginning. She had like one line and got blown away.
Yeah.
No, there's another one. There was two people from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So you remember the Vampire Lords in this movie?
Yeah.
The agent, the not Jap. I don't think he was Japanese. No, because they had a Japanese guy in the Lords.
Yeah.
There's the other guy with the traditional like Chinese, almost a Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
The bald headed guy.
Yeah.
that guy was in Mortal Kombat as one of like the undead warriors that showed up at the end of the movie.
I thought that was our dude. I thought that was the dude.
Oh,
Um,
no, our
I thought
favorite
it was him. It
Mongolian?
would have made me happy if it was, and it's
No,
not
it's not
him.
him. It's not him. No, it's not him. But I don't see this guy's name on the thing. I want to credit him.
Yeah,
Because I like to spot the actors and actresses that just keep showing up.
yeah,
Shannon. Oh yes, look, Shannon Lee's in this movie as well. What? Remember we saw the last movie we saw. We said Shannon Lee's in the movie.
yeah.
Remember? And she's in this one too.
Okay. What she
Wow,
does?
that's crazy. As resident, as like just a regular ass background person.
Yeah,
That's insane.
cool.
Wow.
There was also this chick, Sheena Lathan, which she lands up being Blade's mama.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And that
Was
was
she?
I'll say that was like probably the one scene that kind of just off put me. I was
Well,
just like,
it served a purpose though. Like it was
yeah,
supposed to make you feel uncomfortable.
yeah, but it
I'm
was just
trying to
like
get
yeah,
that.
you two like fondling your son right now.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's
Yeah,
supposed to make you uncomfortable because she's evil. Like
yeah,
you think if you think about everything he's been through, all the fighting he's been through, he never knew his mother.
yeah,
Thought she was dead for all these years. Didn't know that it was Deacon Frost that turned her.
yeah,
Finds out, and then you find out that she's just evil and immoral.
yeah,
And it's like, damn, that's messed up. So I actually kind of like that. Like as a character, like I'm like, oh, she's not just like everybody else,
yeah,
or she's not a stereotype. Oh, you get to her, oh my son, my
yeah.
son. Like no, she's a freak and she's messed up. Like okay, vampires are messed up people, are messed up beings. I get you.
Yeah,
So
but yeah,
I actually thought that was a nice wrinkle,
yeah,
especially since they don't mention it till the end of the movie.
yeah. They kind of save us to the end. I
His name
actually
is
really enjoyed
he
it.
is
So.
Japanese. His name is Jiro Okamura. He's from Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
That's the guy, the older guy with
Yeah,
the original. So it's not a Fu Manchu, but it's a
I did
he.
like
He
this
has
movie.
the two. Hmm?
I did like this movie. It was
I
fun.
like it a
I haven't
lot.
watched it in a while either, so this is the first time I watched it in like quite a few, in like 10 years.
Yes, I could say that too.
Uh,
Also,
Jackie watched it with me as well, and yeah, we both enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The action scenes were kick ass because you actually have a person that actually has martial art experience, actually doing martial arts, and I think the fight scenes were great. They told the story. I liked the gadgets and things like that. I liked it had like some like again like dated CGI, but it kind of worked with this movie, so I was okay with it. Like
mm-hmm.
some of the like the burning of the ashes and shit kind of looked funny because it was like
The
HG.
bubble
Yeah,
vampire. Yeah,
yeah. But I did like the style of it. I think it was straight out 1998 kind of style, like with the fucking with the Chemical Brothers like techno music and shit like that. So it
yeah.
was
I,
cool.
I yeah, like low key, they were tapping into that black goth vibe because you
Yeah,
have Blade, the black character, and then you got like Chemical Brothers in the background. You like yo, you
yeah,
like yo, son, you like you saw Blade? He was like, yo, you heard that soundtrack though, right? Because bad people, because I'll just put it this way: in my circle of not just friends but people I know who have seen Blade that I
yeah,
talk to about, because it was a big deal,
yeah.
and that is one of the things that constantly comes up about Blade and
Yep.
Blade 2 is the soundtrack.
He's also would be considered the first black led superhero movie.
No, Steel beat him.
Oh yeah, they beat him. Good movie.
Okay, all right, all right.
Because Spawn wasn't good either.
Yeah, yeah.
So we forget those two. They don't get the credit. Blade. Well, first led Marvel movie.
Okay, all right, all right.
100% with
Official
Blade. This
Marvel.
kind of
Yep.
started the movie making for Marvel in '98. So Blade was first, and then it led into X-Men down the road.
How? I just don't understand how you go from Blade to X-Men
They're two
unless it
different
was
companies.
Trinity. No, 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 no. I mean the scope of what they were making. It's just like Blade was this rated R, kick ass, like
it
take no
was
prisoners. It was willing to have him get his ass handed to him, but it was also willing to show like him just decimate people on the way to the
so
end goal. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, Marvel sold a lot of properties. So basically, none of these are from Marvel directly. Marvel did not own their properties when it came to the movies. Sony had Spider-Man, X-Men had Fox had X-Men. New Line had Blade. I feel like Sony owned Blade at the time too. So I think this is a product of Sony. Sony or Columbia Pictures or something like that. I don't fucking remember. But New Line
But
Cinema did this one.
the thing is though, whoever owned this, I don't understand how this comes out in 1998, and you let X-Men come out in 2000.
They
You see how
they had no say in it.
No, I'm talking about the people thought that was a good movie. That's what I'm saying. Like when they made the ideas they had for the X-Men movie, like I'm talking about the action scenes. I'm talking about like this type of character. Like Blade is perfect for Wolverine.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Like if you wrote a character that is a solo, a badass. He has like a sorted past. He has this, and that. He's got different goals. His heart's in the right place, but he's willing to murder people, right?
Yeah.
That's Wolverine in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
And then you get what we got as the first X-Men movie, and it was just like this is what is this?
There's the difference of the two movies as well. Blade was not intentionally trying to sell toys, as X-Men was trying to sell toys with their movie. I would have took a Blade toy 100%, but there was no Blade toys.
Yeah, you're right. We were just talking about that stuff, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. It rears its ugly head. Thanks, consumerism. You give it and you take it away.
But also, it was just a product that Marvel did not, at this time, there was no MCU. Marvel did not own all their properties, so there was a bunch of people that owned properties of Marvel. And this so happened to be the first one to come out. It's
just random. Random that they got a good director and writer. That's literally what it came down to.
Yeah, and honestly, it fit the style of the era as well. So I think it did a really good job in fitting that supplement as well. Like it was not a slouch movie. It had some good story. The vampires was interesting. They were actually funny as well. The storyline of the dude trying to take over the whole vampire kingdom kind of shit and bring back the god and become a god of vampires and killing them all. That I actually thought that was a cool storyline, and how he did it was kind of really fucked up, but genius in a way too.
Yeah, sure enough.
I liked the Stephen Dorff a lot as the villain in this movie. I thought he fit the style as well. Too bad he didn't have much of a career. Like he had a career, but not a great career outside of here, because he had his little personal issues and drug issues. But
really? I didn't know.
But he's a good actor. I actually thought he was a good actor, and I actually thought he was great in this movie. I liked Whistler. I thought he fit the character a lot. Donald Lowe had me rolling in this fucking movie because he was the first one that got burned and he lost a hand. He's always a funny character. He's always a good character, and he's always a character you can't trust. So those three, he's always that character. He always that character, but he was actually really good. And the funny thing is, this is not his first like superhero movie or superhero things that he's done. I think he was in Gotham. He was Bullock in Gotham.
But no, I'm talking about older than this.
Older than this, right? No, probably not.
No, right?
I don't think so.
Because we would have seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay.
But yeah, I like the fact that they did a good job with this. I was happy with it.
Pretty good, I have to say. The casting was good. I thought again, we said the soundtrack was good. The action was good.
Yeah.
Very made sense and was compelling to watch.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that also like I have to give credit to. I watched the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a little bit long, but when you look at the run times, the time they have for it is kind of longer than the movie itself.
Yeah.
Because the movie says 2 hours, it's more like an hour 50.
Yeah,
maybe.
because commercials fucking Tubi.
No. Well, yeah, yes. Well, yes.
You know what? They also add the credit scene. So like the total time
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
movie run is not till it finished. It's till like the credits are done.
yeah, yeah. I
And it
always
had
think
a
that's
lot
a
of
cop
credits.
out for. I always think that's a cop out for a movie that does not have the in credit scene though.
Yeah,
I would think like nobody nobody needs to count that
yeah,
if you don't have a scene at the end like hi guys.
yeah.
You know what? We might have to uh it's because I fell off. I haven't seen so many Marvel movies recently, like the newest ones.
Yeah,
But like in general, we should have a best ending credit scene in a superhero movie
yeah,
out of the ones we've seen.
yeah.
I'm thinking about right now my favorite one, and it's like, damn, I
Yeah.
don't think anything can beat that.
I
My,
gotta remember them now.
I'm thinking the one I got in my head, stuck in my head is Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah,
Is what they show Cable.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
what, what,
yeah.
what? Nah, you not really. All right, you just gonna show him. All right.
Yeah.
So
That and then also I like I think it was the second movie with like him going using the time
yes,
and
yeah,
killing
killing
the Deadpool X-Men movie and
freaking Wolverine. He did it back
killing
then.
Ryan Reynolds for taking the Green Lantern script. So yeah, I think Deadpool probably will win that. I honestly I think maybe we revisit the Marvel movies
Okay.
sometime
Yeah,
because
because we haven't done just those. Yeah.
yeah, we haven't done the Deadpools. We haven't done. We've talked about them, but we haven't really done them. We haven't watched the new Spider-Man movie or like anything after Infinity War. So
Mm-hmm.
there's still a lot out there. And then we probably could redo our list of our top movies because they might change. So
That's true. That's true.
so we'll think about that. But where you see Blade on your list?
Blade, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think the only thing you could change about this movie to make it better is maybe trim it a little bit here or there, and
I'll
that's
trim it down
about
a
it.
little bit. Yeah,
Like some of the, I think this movie works better as I don't want to say pure, but it works better as an action movie than it does as like a storytelling
yeah,
device. So not to say it's super weak or anything, because the stuff you mentioned about the with Steven Dorff's character,
yeah,
like most of that stuff is like good, right?
yeah,
But there's some other stuff with the doctor, like I could
yeah,
really care less about that
yeah.
lady.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
So your 4.5s, you have Men in Black, Blank Man, Dark Man, and Tales of the Crimson Night.
damn, some good ass movies. I'm gonna have to put it. Wait, what's under Men in Black?
Blank Man,
I'm gonna put it under Blank Man,
under
above
Blank Man.
Demon Knight.
Oh damn, Blade.
So Blank Man is the
Number 9.
is according to my list, the top black superhero. There you go. Blank Man.
Yeah,
He's
I
better than
gave it.
Blade, he's better than Steel. There you go. Better than Meteor Man.
I gave it the same score, and it's my number 10.
Gotcha.
So our update of our list, because I didn't do it last week. RoboCop is number 1 for you. Turtles is number 2. RoboCop 2 is number 3. Batman is number 4. Toxic Avenger is number 5. Superman 2 is number 6. The Mask is number 7. Men in Black is number 8. Blank Man is number 9. And Blade rounds up your top 10. Mine's is Turtles number 1. RoboCop number 2. Mask number 3. Batman's number 4. RoboCop 2 is number 5. Turtles, The Crow's number 6. Superman 2 is number 7. Blank Man's number 8. Men in Black is number 9. Blade is number 10. Before we fully finish, I'll give you your list, and if you want to rearrange certain list numbers and things like that, we could do that before we present our list in the final show of the final movie we do. So we get a chance to hey, I liked this one more than this, or things like that. So you have one last chance to review your shit. Our next movie is Inspector Gadget.
I saw this. It's not great.
It's on Disney Plus.
It's not great.
It's not great. You know which movie I'm actually really interested in, and of the last ones on our list?
Okay.
The specials.
From who?
So
Specials from
it was
who?
written by Pete Gunn, James Gunn,
I've never heard
and
of
it's a
it.
superhero movie starring Rob Lowe, and it's a comedy.
Really?
Yeah. So
I've
I'm
never
like,
heard of it.
okay, because I didn't know what that was, and I looked it up, and that's what it is. It was written
Yeah.
by James Gunn, though, which Peacemaker and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. But wow, I don't. That does not sound familiar. Okay. Okay.
So yes, next week is Expected Gadget. Week after that is the Mystery Men. The week after that is the Virus. Then we have Sense and Toxie, The Crow Salvation, The Specials, Unbreakable, and X-Men.
Gotcha.
Done by March.
Gotcha.
Yep. A
Good
little
stuff.
after
Good
March.
stuff.
All right. I guess we wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you once again for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud and Spotify. And we also have a WordPress, so check it out.
Yep.
You have, Mark.
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Mark with the mic. Check out our Facebook pages, the Red Cyclone Inc., and the Wrestling Battle pages. We're very live on there. We did the polls and everything on Royal Rumble, and it was a lot of fun conversating and just talking shit about what happened last night. So definitely check all that out. Also, follow the Jinkies.
He's got sandwiches.
Slap
He
them out the
doesn't
hand.
need to have. Who gave him those sandwiches? You know what, Mark? It's your fault. You keep telling us to follow him. Why does he have so
testing
many?
He's testing us.
But he's dropping them. He's got so many. Come on, man.
I want that boomerang blade that Blade has, and I'll just toss it and grab the sandwich.
Just, I don't think you're gonna get the whole sandwich when it comes back, Mark.
Probably not, but I'm willing to try it. All right, peace out. Laters.